In this video, we'll walk through how to schedule an appointment in Ginger. Appointments are any reservation, such as grooming or private training, that is booked at a specific time with a specific specialist. There are a few places in Ginger where appointments can be scheduled from, but we're going to focus on the most common place, the new appointment page. To find the new appointment page, head over to the left-hand navigation menu. Hover over the clock icon to see the reservations menu. Then click on New Appointment. First, select the location that this appointment should be scheduled for. If you have a single location, it will automatically be selected. If you have multiple locations set up in your Ginger app, click the drop-down menu to make sure the correct location for this pet's reservation is selected. Ginger will automatically choose the location you are logged into, so make sure to double-check this part. Next, choose the reservation type from the drop-down menu. Let's make a grooming services appointment. After that, we'll choose the specific service that is being scheduled. Let's go ahead and choose Grooming Services Full Groom. Now we'll need to choose an appointment date. Let's choose this Friday. Next, we will select an appointment start time within a specialist's available appointment times, or by the slots that they have available, depending on whether or not the schedule is time-based or slot-based. For the full groom service we're scheduling, Jerry Garcia has a time-based schedule, so we can choose from these available appointment start times. Jimi Hendrix has slot-based scheduling in place, so we can schedule X amount of slots on his schedule, depending on how long this service is expected to take. Only specialists who have the availability to perform this service on this date will populate here. Specialist availability is based on specialist schedules that are created and edited on the Manage Schedules page under the book icon on the left-hand navigation menu. Check out our knowledge base article, Setting Up Specialists, for more information. Let's look at the specialist availability a little more in depth. For a time-based schedule, the appointment capacity at each time is indicated by these numbers that fall below the appointment time. Notice how in this example the capacity shows as 0 out of 1 booked. This means that there is a capacity of 1 dog at this appointment time, but there are 0 dogs currently scheduled at that time. When an appointment time has met its capacity, the time will show in either orange or red depending on the permissions of your user group. Users with the Can Override Appointment Capacity group permission, enabled under Reports and More Groups, will see the At Capacity appointment time in orange and be able to override the capacity limit if needed. If a user does not have this group permission enabled, the appointment time will display in red and the user will not be able to override the capacity limit. When selecting a time for a specialist utilizing time-based scheduling, you'll simply choose the desired appointment time, then choose the pet by typing their name, first or last, in this field here. Let's use our test pet Bark Wahlberg. We can see the default duration for this service here based on the service settings. This can be adjusted as needed. Let's change this duration to 90 minutes, assuming that this pet will take 90 minutes to groom. The duration entered here will determine how much time this appointment will occupy on the specialist's calendar. Before we move on, let's also review what this process would look like for a specialist utilizing slot-based scheduling. To change the specialist I've selected, I can go back by clicking on this arrow towards the top of the page. Now we'll schedule this service using slot-based scheduling. To book the service, I'll click on the Book Now button. Instead of seeing the duration field like we did with time-based scheduling, we see a number of slots field. This is your opportunity to edit the slot amount to reflect how much time, for example the number of slots, that this service will occupy on the specialist schedule. For this example, we'll bump up this slot amount to 4. This means that this pet will occupy 4 slots out of the total available slots. Now we can see the pet's basic information. breed, weight, and age, as well as a button that says View Appointment Card. The appointment card allows you to view previous appointment history, service notes, past prices, upcoming appointments, employee notes, and more. You'll notice the price field here. If your service is variably priced, this number will most likely be $0. Typically, grooming prices are determined after the service has been rendered, so keep in mind that you can leave this price at $0 and will have the opportunities later on to set the price. In this example, the price of this service depends on the animal's weight. We can consult the pricing chart in the description area and set the price by hand. If the Auto Charge Last Time setting is enabled for this particular service, Ginger will remember the price we set for this service and this pet and will auto-populate this price the next time this pet is scheduled for this same service. Next, we can select any service options to add on to this appointment by clicking inside of this field. Think of these service options as optional upgrades to the service we're making the appointment for. Let's add on a blueberry facial and nail polish to our full groom service. Here we can see a notes section to leave any optional notes for this appointment. Below that, we see a service notes section. Whatever you place in here will be visible on the appointment card under the History tab. Please be aware that service notes are visible to the customer as well. Here's a checkbox that says Confirm for Customer. Check this box if you want to confirm this appointment on the customer's behalf. Otherwise, you can request that the customer confirms this reservation at a later date prior to check-in by sending a confirmation request email or text. Next to that, we see a checkbox that says Waitlist. Check this box if you want to add this appointment to the waitlist. If you would like to generate an estimate for this appointment, click on the Estimate tab and then select Generate Estimate. Keep in mind the estimate will reflect $0 for the main service if the price is kept at $0. Under Deposit, optionally enter a dollar amount to collect a deposit for this appointment. By clicking on Other Dates, we have the option of creating recurring dates for this appointment or the option to create a single additional appointment for a specific date. Once everything's in place, we can click Create Appointment and save our appointment. If the appointment saves successfully, you will receive 2 green success messages: a pop-up in the bottom left corner and a link on the page that will direct you to the reservation details. You may receive any number of error messages if there are potential conflicts with the appointment. For example, the pet's vaccinations are expired or will be at the time of the reservation, or the customer has not signed the required agreements for the reservation type. Please read these messages carefully and follow the prompts. Depending on your user permissions, you may have the ability to override these errors and continue with saving the reservation. For more information and frequently asked questions about scheduling an appointment, check out our support article, Scheduling an Appointment, in our knowledge base at support.gingerapp.com. Thanks for watching.